Well, we did it. I'm monetized. So I'm really excited to be able to share this news with you. This is something that I have been working for very hard ever since I had a video on December 29th, 2025. It was not long after I was laid off from NASA because of Doge. We won't talk about that now. You can watch that other video if you want. But this was part of my future plan of diversified income so that I wouldn't find myself in that position again. So I'm still working with all of my customers. I'm also working part-time with the radio station, The Summit FM. Check them out, thesummitfm.fm. And YouTube. YouTube I see as a really good platform. I don't, again, imagine myself ever being like a multi-million subscriber YouTuber or anything like that. But what YouTube provides is a nice platform, and a platform that you can use to sell other products or sell products that I make, like t-shirts like this. I have a whole product line that kind of just sitting in my Printify store, and now I'm building a TeePublic store that go along with my YouTube channel that has many of the same designs. It's just a platform so that I can reach you guys, share my experiences in the world of professional production, and also using new camera gear like the Luna and the Pocket 3. All of that together becomes part of sort of my future plan. And being monetized to me did something that I found to be, first of all, it was something I really wanted to do. Very excited that I have ended up in this space. It's only just the beginning. It's the first step, but it also helps me with other things. So being monetized with YouTube helps me accomplish three things as a whole. One, of course, another revenue stream like we just talked about. Two, it helps me to showcase my work and show clients what kind of work I do. And three, it shows clients that I know how to use social media, in particular YouTube, and you have a structured plan to grow social media. So in that way too, it becomes another vehicle where my customers can go, oh, you also know how to do that. Let me engage you there. So that was an overall part of the plan. What was important to me was kind of looking at what other YouTubers had done and some other people who were providing free advice on YouTube. And I recommend doing the search yourself as you want to go there. But I'm going to kind of encapsulate a lot of it in a little bit of discussion here. One was just start making videos. Like, people wait for the perfect moment or the perfect idea to start making videos, and you shouldn't do that. You should just start making them, because the first few aren't going to get a lot of views no matter what you do, unless you're really, really, really lucky, and you happen to capture lightning in a bottle with one.
I got actual lightning in a bottle.
No, Levi, that's just a phrase.
I got that, dog.
You learn about how to make better videos the more you work with them. You also learn how to make your thumbnails, and you learn how to do the other parts to package the video to get it out there. So you should start making them right away. The other thing that I really believe in and I have been working on is a wall of content. So you want to make just a bunch of videos and keep making them. Now they need to be of decent quality, but here's what happens. You then have this library, and YouTube and Google start figuring you out and start going like, oh, I know what this guy's about. And you start ending up in search results, and YouTube starts suggesting your videos, and you start coming up in Google searches based on your videos. And that all starts to build on itself. But that won't happen if you don't have a bunch of content for Google to find. So you need this wall of content. So I was working pretty hard to try to get 2 to 4 produced videos like this one done per week. And then I was also using shorts of these videos to promote these videos. So every week I might have 5 to 8 pieces of content that I was putting on YouTube. And it's just, if you look at this analytic right here, you can see all of the different things that are happening in a given month. I'm just loading it with content, and it's working. And that part was working. But the real breakthrough came for me as I was learning about what YouTube was doing, which I applaud, about AI slop. YouTube kind of went on a real hard, if this is garbage, if it's made by AI and it's just like this user has like 100 videos that look exactly the same because it's exactly the same video, just filled it up, they were killing those channels, just knocking them off one after another. And I think there were millions of AI channels that got, not millions, lots and lots of, let's just say a bagoogle of videos that got eliminated, and users because they were just using AI slop. And what people were beginning to say at that time was, viewers are savvy now. And viewers don't want AI slop. They want to see real YouTube people talking to them, someone they can get to know. And they want it to be authentic. And the best way for it to be authentic is not overly produce it, which is good news for you and me. You don't have to put as much work into making the perfect video because you want people to know that it's real, that you're genuine, and that you're a real person and just not, a robot. So I started to do that. My videos got a little looser. I wasn't so worried about tightening my editing so hard. If I had a funny little blooper or say something wrong, I just leave it in now. All of that goes to show that, I'm a real human being and this is my real experience. And hello, nice to meet you. Let's get to know each other. So on top of that, I thought, you know what? I'd like to give this sort of podcast live stream thing a chance. And here's why I like that as a formula. It does require a little bit of an investment, not a ton, but you need to get on a platform like Riverside, which I currently use. It seemed to be the most economical one for me right now. I think it's like $40 a month. But StreamYard is a wonderful option. It's just a lot pricier. I think it's closer to $100 a month. You need a platform like that to kind of record your videos as you're talking to people from across the country or across the world on your platform. Of course, if you have a podcast studio, that's not necessary. You could record them and put them up. But I like being able to talk to other YouTubers who are kind of at the same level I'm at, where we're all kind of just learning this. It becomes this vehicle where we all can help each other grow. And so I've been able to meet a couple of awesome people already. Colden in particular, you've seen on my channel a bunch of times. Hey, buddy, hope you're watching this one. It was awesome. I reached out to him after I saw one of his videos, and he was like, I think within 20 minutes, like, hey, man, yeah, let's do that. And so we have regularly, I've been on his channel, he's been on mine, and then we do collaboration. And so you can share those videos so that I benefit from the videos on his channel and he benefits from the videos on my channel. We're both getting that kind of the viewership because of that. I'm a big believer in a rising tide lifts all ships. So there's no reason to be selfish or greedy. Like, we can all work together and help each other as we're all in the come up. And what's fun about that then is you've got like this little crew, and I've got another person, Sophie, which was on one of our episodes, and I hope to have her on again. Already been in conversation with her. And then Dan, who does all that cool stuff, traveling with metal bands and capturing video and photos there. So like, I've got this little tribe now that's forming. Oh, and Brent. How do I leave out Brent? I've got this little tribe where, every week I'm able to have a conversation with somebody about the industry or what's going on or what we hope to see or the latest news. And what's really cool about that, the podcast, the long form content, it only requires a little bit of front end homework on your part. Like, look up some topics, subscribe to a couple mailing lists, so you're getting fresh news and go, oh, we can talk about this, we can talk about that. But then you just sit down and have a conversation, and especially after a couple of times, now it's like, I'm just talking with my friends. And what's fun about that is now the audience is part of the conversation. Like, it's not me just talking to you through the camera. It's these people having a conversation, and it sparks conversation then in the comments. And it's become this really interesting community that's kind of grown out of doing these podcasts. And I highly recommend doing that. I think that if you're interested in creating, authentic, genuine content, get comfortable talking as if it's live even. I don't do live streams, I pre-record. Get comfortable talking with a crew of people and change them around and mix it up, or have one every week like I do with Colden. Thanks, bud. But that way it's not just my opinion, it's other people's opinions. And I think viewers appreciate that like, okay, let's hear what you all have to say about it. It's a much more, for lack of a better term, sort of democratic approach to this. But it lets people get to know you and see what you're really like. So what you get out of that is a low amount of effort, but a lot of content. We go for about an hour usually. And then I have this hour-long piece of content that people can enjoy or watch parts of. But I also take that hour and I break it up into shorter little clips. So now out of one piece of content, maybe I have 3 pieces of content that I can create. And then I will use a tool like vidIQ and get shorts out of that too. So from 1 hour of recording time, I might get 6 pieces of content that I can use at some point to keep promoting my channel. I think it's a really good way to get to know your audience, to create content on a regular basis, and grow your channel. It's been working really good for me, and it's been working good for Colden. So I've got a pretty good use case where I would highly recommend, if this is something you want to do, think about getting into that game of having conversations with people. Of course, the other thing that has helped me is using vidIQ. And again, this is not a sponsored video. I say it all the time. But vidIQ has been a very valuable tool for me. So here's one of my hacks, if you will. They have a wonderful engine that they're partners with YouTube. Yeah, so they have a very good connection to YouTube and understands how YouTube's algorithm works and is constantly changing. And they kind of stay on top of that. So when I make a new video, I use the feature in Premiere that can create transcripts, which is a wonderful tool. That's a good use case for AI, where it can just quickly scrub the video and generate a transcript within a matter of a couple minutes. I then take that transcript and feed it into vidIQ's tools and say, hey, use this transcript and help me come up with the best possible title, description, and tags to kind of package this video. And it does a wonderful job. It's too much. Like, it gives you so many tags. I usually cut some out. And sometimes the description's a little too much on the SEO end of things. But at least it gives you this starting point, which is better than I would ever do. It knows what YouTube wants, so it makes the stuff to feed YouTube and feed the algorithm, which helps your channel. I don't really use the thumbnail generator on that. I don't like it. I don't like the end result. That's the part of AI I don't like. And maybe just because I come at this as an artist and I have sort of I don't know, I look at it and I'm like, ugh, I don't like the way that looks. It looks like everybody else's. But I've figured out the formula that works well by paying attention to what vidIQ is suggesting. 2 to 4 words max on your thumbnail. Don't load it with stuff. Show yourself or your people in a, like, sort of smiling to camera or having a weird reaction to camera. Like, all of those things help build a thumbnail that people will see on their phone or whatever device and be able to register right away, like, oh, that's something I'm interested in. And I know that's working because my click-through ratio on the YouTube searches have gone up significantly. From what I understand, YouTube likes about a 5 to 6% click-through ratio. And on some of my videos, based on title and thumbnail, because I haven't seen anything else, I'm getting about a 12% click-through ratio, which seems really good to me. So that's another tip. I use those tricks to make your thumbnail. I would avoid AI thumbnails. If you look at YouTube now, you can see a lot of thumbnails all look the same. And instead of that, you want to create your own aesthetic so that it sticks out from the rest. But also, when people see it, they're like, oh, I remember that person. Oh, I've seen that before. I know who that person is. You want to have your own identity. And I think the thumbnail is something you need to figure out how to curate. If you need help with that, hit me up. Maybe we can figure something out. I think the other important thing, and this is not to be, this, I don't want this to sound like I'm not being genuine. It's important to engage with the people who are making comments. I try to engage with every single comment, unless it's someone just kind of being mean. And I'm like, I'm not worried about you. But I try to engage with almost every single comment because A, I appreciate you guys taking the time to write to me. Like, you don't have to do that. You could just have moved on. But you're taking the time to write to me. The least I can do is respect that and give you some kind of an answer or response. And it's always honest and genuine. And I just want to, I like this interchange. What's great about that, though, too, selfishly, sometimes you guys give me more content ideas like, hey, what about this or that? And I'm like, that's a great idea. I'll make a video about that. So it helps, A, build your community. Thanks, you guys. Really appreciate you. Keep commenting. But it also gives you some content ideas. When some people worry about writers. What do they call that? Is it writer's block? Some people worry about having writer's block. And that is an issue on YouTube. But you guys keep feeding new ideas, and it just kind of sends me down a rabbit hole where I'm like, oh, well, let me do that. And then and I'll do that. So far, even over the course of this 7 months, it's kind of just been like, oh, yeah, like the ideas have been flying. Now, I'm sure I'm going to hit a wall at some point, but I hope it's not anytime soon. And in fact, little teaser, I got a video coming up in a week or so. It's going to be sort of like a TED Talk. I'm calling it a Todd Talk because, of course, I am. And it's going to be a completely different format because I kind of want to hopefully encourage and inspire other creators or other people. It really, without giving away too much, just talks about people not letting anything get you down. You have to keep pushing forward. That's sort of the takeaway message of it. So I hope you like that one. I hope you do stick around to watch that one. That'll be coming out in the next week or so. I hope to tape it soon. That's the Todd Talk. And one more thing I kind of want to just mention, going back to creating the wall of content. What's nice about having that now is now you're giving people the opportunity to binge your channel, because they can easily go like, oh, I like that. Let me see what else they've created. And they kind of go down a rabbit hole of looking at some of the other stuff. And now that you have all of that content, that's old stuff that maybe only has 50 views or 100 views, well, someone of the new people might go, hey, I want to see what that one's about. So it's good, again, to have that early practice and that catalog for when things start rolling, because then it kind of compounds. I went from having maybe 6 to 8 new subscribers a month to last month I had like 200 subscribers in 1 month. That was mind-blowing to me. So basically, all I can say is, again, thank you all. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. Thanks for supporting me and watching my videos. This sounds like so fake, but the fact is, I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you. I do recognize and appreciate that. In fact, look, I got another YouTube comment right now on there. So love it. While this is happening, YouTube's still talking to me. So thanks you all. Thanks you all. Yes, I mean that. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Stick around. Watch another one. In fact, the video that's in the corner right now, one of the corners, one of these corners, you might like it because you watched this one all the way to this point. So why not give it a whirl? I'll see you soon.